What's good, y'all? Connor here, bringing to you another KarissaEats video, KarissaEats reaction video. Today, this one is called Eat at 7-Eleven for a full day, Taco Bell, Burger King, etc. KarissaEats compilation volume 8. Now, I know I'm doing these all out of order. I did 7 first, and now I'm doing 8, and I haven't done the first 6 yet. And I think she has like 20 so far, I think. That's my guess. So far, you know. Yeah, I'm not doing these in order like I am with the food ASMR compilation videos from Beta Al Safar. But this is a lot different. I'll just do random ones in order or random order for her videos. So let's see how this is. Here real quick. All right. All right. Volume check's pretty good. So let's see how this is and let's react to it. 3, 2, 1, play. See what she eats here.
Only eating at 7-Eleven for a full day. For breakfast, I got this sausage biscuit that you microwave for 30 seconds, and it smelled really buttery. It was pretty fluffy too, but it definitely could have used like some cheese or an egg or just something to add a little flavor. And look at this bakery selection. Like, they had a lot of options. I got this blueberry cake donut that had this really thick glaze, and it was actually really moist. It could have had a stronger blueberry flavor though.
She loves that word.
Oh my gosh, they have this peanut butter and jelly cappuccino that literally tasted like a PB&J. Like, it was so...
Peanut butter and jelly cappuccino, that exists. That actually, a peanut butter and jelly drink actually exists. It tastes like a PB&J. That drink actually exists. Wow, I didn't know that. That's pretty interesting. I bet it tastes pretty good, but I didn't know that existed. That's wow.
Oh, sweet and nutty and like creamy. I don't know. I kind of loved it. Then I went back for lunch, and the only pizza they had was this leftover breakfast pizza from the morning. And
yeah, smooth and creamy. Yeah, I bet it does taste like that. But I might try that eventually if I go back to 7-Eleven. I haven't been there in forever. In breakfast pizza.
It was just so doughy. The sausage was nice and savory, but the cheese just kind of tasted old. They had these cookies that looked kind of fire though. So I got this caramel one, and it was so chewy and sweet. It had this nice sugary caramel flavor. It was like actually delicious. Of course I got a Slurpee. I mixed the Mountain Dew and the blue raspberry flavors, and it was so sweet and like sour. I love Slurpees.
She just changed shirts.
My childhood, you know? And I thought these mini tacos were so cute. Sadly, they didn't have any queso to dip them in, and the filling was kind of a questionable texture, but that's okay because I also got one of these cute little mini cheesecakes. I tried this turtle one.
That's a lot of nuts on it though.
Chocolatey and crunchy, and the crust was pretty buttery too. Honestly, probably the best thing I had all day. And that's all for today. Only eating at Taco Bell for a full day. So I've never tried Taco Bell breakfast before, and look at how cute this crunch wrap is. It's got this thick, crispy hash brown inside and bacon. It's super cheesy and crunchy, but the breakfast salsa was just okay. I think it definitely could have been spicier. And the breakfast quesadilla also had that nice grilled flavor. I got the bacon one because I guess they're out of the sausage like nationwide. They're also out of the Mexican pizza. So for lunch, I got this cheesy gordita crunch, and you gotta get the Doritos version. It's super crispy and cheesy. This is definitely one of my favorite items at Taco Bell. Of course, I also had to try a Crunchwrap Supreme, which is like twice the size of the breakfast one.
The only thing I get at Taco Bell, or I have gotten lately, is the Doritos Locos Tacos, or Doritos Locos Tacos. That's the only thing I've gotten. And the normal Supreme tacos. You know, I haven't gotten the Crunchwrap stuff or the Taco Bell breakfast. I haven't done that before, but I bet that's pretty good too. A lot of meat in it. I also tried it with the spicy ranch, which again I feel like could have been hotter, but it was nice and tangy and kind of sweet. And this was called the Mango Whip Freeze. It tasted exactly like mango ice cream, and it was really sweet, but I think it went super well with that like salty, beefy Taco Bell. And I'm obsessed with the cinnamon twist. They are so light and crunchy and cinnamony and not too sugary. And finally for dinner, I tried the beefy 5-layer burrito, which was really soft and the cheese was nice and melty, but honestly it was just kind of boring. Was that rice in there?
Definitely needed the creamy jalapeno sauce to like spice it up a little bit. And the chalupa was my go-to midnight snack in college, so it has a special place in my heart. The shell is just so thick and
you woke up at midnight and ate that?
Yummy fried flavor. And these Cinnabon Delights were my favorite thing all
day. I bet you couldn't go back to sleep after that.
They were so soft and warm and sweet.
Well, actually, do spicy foods help you sleep? I forgot.
Is heavenly. And anyway, that is all for today. Thanks for watching. Only eating at Burger King for a full day, so it's kind of insane, but I've actually never been to Burger King before. So for breakfast, I tried the French toast sticks, and they were piping hot, super crispy, and so good with that like sugary sweet maple syrup. They were really like soft in the center too. And I also tried this bacon sausage croissant sandwich, which was amazing. The bacon had a nice crunch, the sausage was pretty tender, and the croissant was like flaky, also so freaking good with the maple syrup. Anyway, then for lunch I had to try the chicken fries, and I didn't love them with the ranch. They weren't like super crispy, but they were way better with the barbecue sauce because it added a nice sweet tanginess. Honestly, I think they were the best by themselves because then you could actually taste the seasoning. Of course, I had to try
chicken
a Whopper,
box
which was
I saw
huge, and I got the Southwest one, so it had these crunchy tortilla strips on it that honestly added a lot of texture, but the patty itself was so good. It had that like charred flavor, and oh my gosh, this Hershey's pie was my favorite. So
Hershey's
creamy,
pie
and the
at Burger King
was crunchy too, and
is
the
that limited
crust
time,
was
or do they
nice
still
and
have
buttery,
that?
and the whipped cream was
Because
so
I will get that
sweet.
if they have it right now.
And then for dinner, I tried the Impossible Whopper, which had tomatoes, pickles, and onions that added a lot of flavor, but I feel like the patty didn't have that same char that the original
I'm still kind of mad that like when she was at Taco Bell, she didn't get the Doritos Locos tacos, and like here, I guess she didn't get the Bacon King because the Bacon Kings are the best in my opinion, but she got a Whopper, Impossible Whopper anyway.
Had. Maybe it could have been cooked a little longer. And finally, for dinner, I tried the original chicken sandwich that just has mayo and lettuce. I feel like it was kind of boring and honestly pretty dry. Not my favorite, but that's okay.
Then why'd you get it? You're like, she's like Gal versus food. If she eats,
so
even if she doesn't like it, she still eats
it. Sticks to their breakfast menu, and they were super buttery and like a little crispy, but definitely not as fluffy and crunchy as the ones at Burger King. I also tried the maple bacon chicken croissant sandwich, and the fried chicken was surprisingly juicy. Also, the croissant was so soft and warm and sweet. And this maple butter chicken biscuit was so
Wendy's?
good. The honey just
I was talking
that
about too
fluffy
fast.
biscuit and added that sugary flavor to the crispy fried chicken too. And I got this vanilla frosty cold brew, but it just kind of tasted like milky coffee. Then I went back for lunch and I tried this hot honey chicken sandwich that had pickled chips. They added a really nice crunch and flavor.
She really did stuff with her hair.
Super spicy,
and put on
but
more
it
makeup,
was really sweet. And again, the chicken was super juicy. I also tried the strawberry frosty, which didn't have a ton of berry flavor, but it was really creamy and thick.
I like the chocolate frosty the best.
I was excited to dip my fries in it. I love this combo. It's salty and sweet.
I mean, I've done that before, I think.
You just have to try it. And finally, for dinner, I tried the new bacon cheeseburger, which had these crispy onions and sweet,
she keeps
smoky
doing
glazed
different stuff with her hair.
Honestly, I feel like
she curls it, ties it in a bun.
Also, really thick and juicy. It was really good.
I like their
Baconators. I have to say, the spicy nuggets were a little disappointing.
That's all I've really had
they weren't
at Wendy's,
very spicy, and the chicken
wise.
is kind of similar to the McDonald's nuggets. Definitely better with some ranch, though. And of course, my favorite item of the day was the chocolate frosty.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
It's so soft and smooth and
that's the best one.
And that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Only eating at Culver's for a full day.
Culver's.
Guys, I was so excited for this. So I got their hand-battered fried cod that came with this sweet, creamy tartar sauce, and it was literally so flaky.
I'm not really that big on,
fast
food fish.
And oh my gosh, these onion rings were like super crunchy and really well seasoned. So good with that buttermilk ranch.
Yeah, I haven't had the
some of the
onion
best
rings
onion rings
before.
I've ever had. I also tried these Wisconsin cheese curds
She's
that
like-
were really buttery and of course cheesy. Honestly, they didn't even need ranch. Like they were super flavorful on their own. And of course, I had to get a concrete. I added Andes mints, brownies, and Oreos. And
they have Andes mints other than
so thick. It's like such
I thought they only had Andes mints at Olive Garden. That's the only place I thought they had Andes mints, or they sold Andes mints or had them at Olive Garden, like for dessert to clean your palate. I think I said that in the last compilation too that I rented to of her. I didn't know that you could actually get it like at other places, let alone like for like a freaking topping on a concrete. I had no idea. You learn something new every day. I had no idea you could do that. That's pretty insane.
Satisfying texture, and the Andes mints are so crunchy and chocolatey. Anyway, then later I came back for a butter burger with cheese, and apparently their patties are never frozen. It did have a really nice flavor.
I wonder if any of these people like ever or like from lunchtime to dinner time, they're like, hey, haven't we seen you before like earlier?
But I feel like the patty was kind of dry. The bun was nice and soft though, and I love the crunchy onions and pickles. And I heard these crinkle cut fries are so good. They were really
crinkle cut, not curly. I called them curly one time in one of Bader's Food ASMR compilations. No, they were crinkle cut, not curly.
Stop eating it. And finally, I got a pint of custard, and I got this blueberry cheesecake one that again was just so thick and creamy, and the cheesecake chunks were delicious. They added a lot of texture too. Oh, also the blueberries were super sweet, and that's all for today. Only eating at Starbucks for a full day. I got some comments on my Dunkin' video saying that Starbucks.
I'm gonna say this one. I'm gonna say this. Pause one more time. Maybe say this again. She is 10 times better than Gal versus Food. That's all I'm gonna say.
Was better. So for breakfast, I had the bacon Gouda sandwich, which I guess
I've
is
had
the
that
best
before.
one.
That's
and
pretty
honestly,
good.
it was pretty good. It was cheesy and buttery, and the roll was actually a little crispy. I also heard this double chocolate brownie was good, and you guys, it was warm
for breakfast.
And gooey, and I love.
I didn't know they had that either. But
chunks,
why have it for
not
breakfast
too bitter
though?
and not too
Save
sugary
it for later.
And delicious. I also got this Java chip matcha frappuccino, and the matcha. Really
Okay, that's limited. That's limited time.
I
never. That's limited time offer, obviously, because I never seen that.
Flavor, but honestly, it was a little bit dry. And this strawberry frappuccino was so sweet, but the strawberry.
Did you have their lemon loaf?
It didn't have that artificial taste at all.
I've had a strawberry
after work, I went to a
too.
different store. I didn't realize it was in a Target though, and they were all out of sandwiches. So I tried this lime frosted coconut bar instead.
Then
I was
just
a little skeptical, but
that's
honestly, it was
that
so
sucks as a Starbucks, you know.
And the cream cheese frosting.
If they're out of
was
sandwiches,
tart and
they
so
should just
smooth
run out of
and
business
thick.
for. I'm just kidding.
Like,
Or close for the day until they get more
cream one was
sandwiches.
so rich and like intensely creamy and sugary. It
is that
definitely
a cake
satisfied
pop?
my sweet tooth. And finally, I tried this nitro
Nice.
cold brew with sweet cream, which I heard was their best coffee, and it was fine. It wasn't too bitter, and it didn't taste burnt.
Their best
but
coffee,
honestly,
it's fine.
I don't see what all the hype
I've
is
had that
about.
before either.
Sorry, but that's all for today. Only eating at
No
Aldi
blueberry
for a
muffin?
full day.
Never
For
mind.
breakfast, I tried these pancakes and sausage on a stick.
Or
of course,
the
I added
smoked bacon. There's another one that you didn't have that I have. Not the bacon Gouda, but like the one that smoked bacon that has applewood bacon that has the round bun. Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, Aldi's?
maple syrup, and oh my gosh, the pancake was so buttery and fluffy, and the pork and chicken sausage was like juicy and savory. I don't know
Nice.
how I've never had these before. Then for lunch, I had to try
Yeah,
the
well.
Mama Cosie's pizzas. This mega meat one had pepperoni, sausage, salami, beef,
I didn't
and
know Aldi's had
bacon.
food.
It was absolutely massive. And
I know
the crust
Costco.
was
I knew
super
Costco
thin
had
and
food, but not
crispy. They
Aldi's.
also had so many different dips. I tried this Mexicali one that was honestly really spicy and super cheesy and creamy, but I heard this street corn one was the best. It had these big crunchy sweet pieces of corn that went so well with the cotija cheese.
I wouldn't have that in the
Perfect
dip.
combo.
I don't like
For
stuff
dinner, I
in
tried these
like
spinach and
dip,
mozzarella
you know.
raviolis,
I like
and this
plain
vodka sauce
salsa,
was
not
actually,
with the stuff
nice
in it,
and
or
acidic, but
plain
still kind of creamy,
queso or
but the
whatever,
ravioli
or
was
dip.
just okay. I think I overcooked it a little bit. The sauteed spinach flavor was nice though, and
had
I also
ravioli
tried these
before,
dark
not from
chocolate
Aldi,
sea salt
though.
caramels for dessert. Honestly, way better than the ones at Whole Foods. They were super chewy, and the dark
Yeah,
chocolate even
'cause
had
they're
a
less
little
healthy,
crunch.
which
And
means they're a
finally,
lot
I tried
better.
their caramel cookie crunch gelato, which I didn't even have to wait for it to warm up. Like it was
Oh,
super
wow.
creamy right
That's a
out of
big
the
one.
freezer. Also, I love those little bits of caramel in it, but it definitely could have had more Oreos. And that's all for today. Only eating at Papa John's for a full day. Honestly, I'm
Oh,
a
no.
Domino's girl at heart, but for breakfast, I tried their Hawaiian barbecue pizza, and honestly, I actually loved the smoky barbecue sauce. The chicken was also
We're
super
just
tender,
watching a
and it
fine
had
girl
bacon
eat.
and pineapple, so it was like savory
I haven't had that
and
pizza either.
sweet. I also tried these jalapeno
also,
poppers that were filled with cream cheese. They were pretty soft, nice and spicy, and the garlic parmesan sauce was actually really cheesy, but I think they went better with that tangy ranch. Then for lunch, I got this massive meat lovers pizza on a thin crust.
So you
that
had
was
pizza the
nice
whole
and
day?
crispy, but it wasn't quite as
Don't
buttery
be
as
like
the
Nick
one from
Avocado,
Domino's.
please,
I was
you
kind of
know,
obsessed
or
with the
Joey's World
Canadian
Tour,
bacon.
you
Also,
know.
the pepperoni had a little crisp, and sausage is just
You
my
are so
all-time
fine.
favorite
You're
pizza topping.
you're
Anyway,
fine.
then for dinner,
Okay.
I decided to try the
You're fine.
Italian
Just
papadilla.
don't change
I
that.
actually love like the cheese
And you got a third.
crust,
Oh, you
and
got
the
a
banana
papadilla.
peppers had a
Okay.
nice crunch. Also, the salami was a little spicy too. Their Alfredo sauce wasn't super
She's in
flavorful
love
though,
with
so
that
I did
pizza.
their marinara,
Her
which
face.
helped a lot. And I was most excited about their cinnamon pull-apart. Honestly though, it was a little disappointing. It was pretty dry. The icing was nice and sweet, but the cinnamon flavor wasn't very strong, so I ended up melting some chocolate and butter, and oh my gosh, so rich and creamy.
On
and
the
decadent,
frickin'.
you have
Oh,
to
is that?
try it. And
I
finally,
thought
tried
that
their fiery
on the dessert.
buffalo
My
chicken
bad.
pizza with the pepperoni
Was it?
stuffed
Wait.
crust, the spicy sweet
I'm
sauce.
lost. Did she melt the chocolate on a pizza, or was it like a dessert? I forgot. Because if she put it on a pizza, that's diabetes. If she put it on a dessert though, I forgot. If she put it on that one dessert, I think then that's a lot better. And she got more pizza.
Was actually so good, and again the chicken was super tender.
Did you eat the whole thing? Because if you did, that's
just a little bit of
4
overkill, in
pizzas.
my opinion. And of course that buttery garlic dipping sauce
Did you
makes
eat?
everything better. And that's
Who
all
can
for
eat
today.
4 whole pizzas in
Eating
one
at
day?
Subway
Who
for
can
a
do
full
that?
day. I didn't
I
even
couldn't do
Subway
that.
had breakfast items, but I got the steak and egg flatbread because I
Was
heard
it
their
3 or
steak
4
was really
pizzas?
good,
It doesn't
and
matter.
it was actually really tender. I also added some jalapenos because it definitely
crunchy
needed some
color
extra
changed.
flavor. Anyway, for lunch, I went back and tried one of their new menu items. This is called the Boss, and it's a meatball sub with pepperoni and mozzarella, and the Italian urban cheese bread was a little soggy.
What place is that?
Honestly, the cheese was kind of rubbery too, but the meatballs
I was
were
talking,
super
I didn't
soft
see the
and pretty
place again.
juicy. Of course, I got some cookies. The raspberry cheesecake one used to be my favorite, but this one was
Oh,
kind of
that
dry.
sounds
But the
pretty good.
white chocolate macadamia one was so sweet and crunchy and soft and like buttery. Oh, it was so good. And honestly, I wasn't very excited for dinner,
Subway.
but I decided to try the sweet onion chicken
That's a
teriyaki
cute
sub.
bun.
I heard it was really good, and the teriyaki sauce was actually really sweet and tangy. The veggies were nice and crunchy.
Yeah,
and
that's like a
fresh,
normal
but the
normal
chicken was
sandwich that I would
so
get at Subway.
chewy, like it tasted fresh out of the microwave. And I kind of forgot how
She's like,
good
so.
Sun Chips are. They were
It's
so
Subway,
cheesy
come
and
on.
crispy and crunchy.
Sun Chips
These
are
might have
good.
been my favorite thing all day. Anyway, that's
Oh,
all
that's
for today.
good.
Only eating at the best reviewed restaurants on Yelp for a full day.
On
So
Yelp?
I started at this Southern buffet that has 4.5 stars on Yelp. Today's special was this chicken pot pie that was so rich.
Wait,
and
you can rate
creamy,
food
and it
on
had
Yelp?
these big juicy
I thought you could
chunks
only
of
rate
chicken.
places.
Oh my gosh, and the crust was so thick and soft and buttery. I also tried their fried catfish. My friend said to put hot sauce on it, and wow, it was so crispy and flaky and
Catfish?
spicy.
I've never
Some
had
of the
that.
best fried fish I've ever had. Of course, I added some butter to the sweet potato, which was super soft and sugary. Of course, I also added some butter to the cornbread muffins that were really sweet and like a little crispy around the edges.
So
And
where
I think this was
is
the best sweet tea
this-
I've ever had.
The food
It
you
wasn't
got,
too
where is
sweet,
it
but
from?
was so,
For, like,
tart
I know
and
you said from
smooth
Yelp, but
and
like
not
where's the
watery
place?
at all. And then the
you
next
know.
highest rated spot was this Filipino Asian fusion restaurant.
Okay,
These
okay,
chicken
never
baos
mind.
had pickled carrots, peanuts, scallions, and sriracha sauce. They were so flavorful.
That sounds
And
so
this
nasty.
barbecue pork one was so soft, and the pork was really tender and sweet. I also tried this jackfruit one that was pretty spicy. Jackfruit has kind of a
jackfruit
meaty texture,
one?
and it went so well with the really zesty sauce. And finally, I tried their lumpia with this spicy sweet chili sauce. Honestly, the lumpia wasn't super crispy because it sat in the box for a little bit, but the pork filling was delicious.
I'm not picky
And
or
the chili
anything,
sauce
but
was so
Karissa has
thick
more
and
of a
sweet.
like a.
It went really well with the
she
rice
wants to
too
try.
that was cooked
She's
perfectly. And anyway, that's
Let's just
all.
say she's like I'm not really picky, but she's like definitely not picky whatsoever. I don't think she's ever been picky in her whole life. From what my guess is.
For today.
Oh, that's it. Okay. I could have stopped right there and said it, but nah, no, that was it. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. That was volume 8. I gotta go back and see whether it was 3 or 4 pizzas she had at Papa John's, and if it was either 3 or 4. And no matter which number, did she eat all those pizzas, like the whole pizzas, in one whole day? 3 or 4 whole pizzas in one day? Who can do that? Something tells me that she is like 2.0 Joey's World Tour, and also like another gal versus food too. I'm curious if she actually ate that whole thing in one day, not one sitting, of course, but one day with the freaking dessert with the chocolate on it. Or yeah, I think if she put chocolate on that. But anyways, on the cinnamon roll, I think it was cinnamon rolls. I can't remember. Anyways, because I was talking, so I couldn't catch that 100%. But I forgot, or I did, but I forgot. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. That was quite interesting, a whole bunch of fast food and, pizza place, and I guess the Yelp places too, sounds kind of interesting. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed one more time, and I'll see you guys next time.